Welcome to Crystal Clear. I'm your host, Dr. Valerie Brown Ball, leadership coach, spiritual leader, and author. And here we will delve into the art of self-care, the power of mindfulness, and the courage to pursue our deepest goals with grace and perseverance. So let us embark on this transformative journey together, uncovering the strength and clarity that have always resided within us. Ready your heart and open your mind. It's time to see your world and yourself crystal clear. Hey y'all, this is Dr. Valerie Brown Ball. Welcome to Crystal Clear Broadcast. I have a very special guest for you today, but before I introduce her, I have a quote from my book because in 2025, my theme is stay alive in 2025, or we could say thrive in 2025. Don't just survive, but thrive in 2025. I know that's corny, but hey, I like it. Anyway, my quote for today is by Henry Ford. And Henry Ford says, when you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And the reason is because your mindset is everything. When it comes to success, if you believe that you can achieve success, then you will. But if you believe you can't achieve success, then you won't. It's that simple. So with that, I brought my health coach. And what I like about Beverly is she keeps it simple. She has this thing called KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Now, see, sweetie, keep it simple, sexy. And that's why I'm sexy today, because it's snowing. And I decided I'm going to wear my sexy pajamas on air today. You didn't know they were pajamas until I told you. All right, Beverly Grandison. She hails from Virginia Beach, Virginia. So Beverly, tell us a little bit about yourself and then challenge us for 2025. Give us an opportunity to grow.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Valerie, look, thank you so much. We've been on this journey together for a couple of years now and have gotten to know each other so much better and intimately to actually, I feel comfortable saying she is a true trusted friend of mine, mentor, also confidant, and I appreciate her presence in my life and even the opportunity to be on her podcast to just share my heart, my gift, my passion, my purpose on, yes, keeping us all healthy to thrive, be alive in 2025. So thank you, Dr. Val. I am so grateful for this relationship that we have cultivated and continue to cultivate for the next many years of our healthy life.
Yes, healthy life.
Yes. So I am a retired Army officer. I used to jump out of perfectly good airplanes. I have my master's in professional counseling, bachelor's in social work. So I'm a people person. I love people. I have my certifications with Dr. Bill Sears Institution for my certified health coaching certification, and then through the National Wellness Institute, the certified work site wellness specialist. And all that is I go into the workplace to make sure that the force is healthy and going to lower their healthcare costs, increase productivity, lower the absenteeism, presenteeism, and just have a really healthy, amazing workplace. I've been in the health and wellness field for over 20 years now, and it's amazing the journey that brought me here and why my husband and I are in a company that we own and created, and that is Premier Health and Wellness Consulting. Sometimes you'll see Infinity Empowerment Services, our DBA. But the mission is to inspire, motivate, educate, empower our clients to have a better quality of life, because we understand my tag, you deserve so much more. And there is so much more that you can live into when your health is in order. I love to tell people and start with, of course, it doesn't matter how much money you make or have, how much makeup you wear, how much you work out, or even how much church you attend. If you do not have your health, nothing else really matters. And so as we step into 2025, I want to share simple, actionable steps to help you thrive and truly be alive this year. Oh, and I did forget to mention, of course, I am married. We are dinks, dual income, no kids, and I've been married for almost 4 years next month. So that's exciting. Marriage is not for the weak, as aging also is not for the weak.
That's why you look so young, huh? You just having fun and enjoying life and being healthy and don't have to run after no kids.
Yes, that
See, see these few stress marks here, they came from 3 kids.
and there's something to be said about that. Okay, I can always borrow and send them back and keep
Right.
my peace and sanity. Yes. So kids are a blessing, but yes, I am grateful beyond measure to be able to pour into the lives of many children in the school system and some of the programs that we do with aeroponic gardening and vertical gardening and all that good stuff. So Dr. Val wanted me to talk about wellness for this year and what does it look like. And she actually segued, and we didn't even, rehearse this. She segued perfectly into the first step that matters the most. And she said that's mindset. She quoted Henry Ford's quote, which I really love. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. And you're absolutely right either way you go. So success in health starts with the mindset. It's visualizing your best self in 2025. What is that going to look like for you? Believe me when I say that visualization and what you manifest in your mind. And Dr. Val knows Trevor Otts, one of our mentors. He had mentioned that wherever you are in life, your mind got there first. Think about that. And so think about being stronger, healthier, and thriving, and commit to that vision daily. And if you can hold that daily, wake up with that, go to bed with that in mind, it's going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference. Okay. And focus on progress, not perfection. We're not perfect. And so as long as we can make one simple change at a time and really reward ourselves for each step that we make, then we're moving in the right direction.
All right. I'm taking notes. Go ahead.
Thanks. All right. Well, then the second thing, as I mentioned, is small steps, which make big impact. One simple change. You don't have to overhaul your entire life. We're not asking you to just stop this, stop that, start doing this. It doesn't work. That does not work. Okay. Simple changes, like my favorite. People will know me as the water girl. How much water are you drinking? Okay. So maybe you just want to increase your water intake. Maybe you want to just walk an extra 10 minutes. I am actually at a standing desk right now. So I can actually walk and talk with you right now, and I'm exercising. I'm moving my body. I can actually, do some exercises that's going to work, because sitting is the new smoking. I want you to keep that in mind. So as you're listening to this podcast, if you're sitting, get up. And yes, thank you, Dr. Val. She's doing some stretching right now. So get that walking desk. I highly recommend that.
Yeah, I got to get
and yeah, maybe you just want to add more, colors to your plate. I think that's a huge, simple step that you can make at every meal. If you're eating breakfast, and we'll talk about this later, but I do skip breakfast because I intermittent fast, and we'll bring that in later. But I do believe that colors at every meal, and I'm not talking about garbage colors. I'm talking about fruit and vegetable.
You're talking about red Kool-Aid or anything like that? Not flavors?
Exactly. I am not. So I'm talking about real food. And these little changes can absolutely transform your health. It is really amazing. And of course, you heard her earlier say, I do like to keep it simple and sexy, or keep it simple for success. That's another way to think about my KISS. And I have a KISS health challenge, and we can talk about that later too. A 5-day, keep it simple and sexy, jumpstart to just get the right resources and tools in your toolkit to have success on this journey and get into an amazing community. So the next thing, I want to focus on is consistency. You've heard, and hopefully you have heard, that the comment, consistency beats out talent all the time. So you don't have to be the ace boon coon. You don't have to be the A+ student. You don't have to be the top of the top, the creme de la creme, right? All you have to do is be consistent with that one simple change that you make, which means if you're going to do the 10 minutes of walking, then whether you're at your standing desk, you're going to put that timer on, and you're going to be consistent in doing that. If it's to get more water intake, there are water apps all day, every day that you can find. Find the one that's comfortable for you. I don't endorse any of them. Just find what works for you and start drinking more water until your urine is almost clear, right? And you're going to see how that simple change can make major, major impact in your health outcomes. So the secret to thriving is not doing everything at once, as I said. It's doing the right things consistently. Small habits compound over time. Remember that. Okay. And then of course, I'm all about self-care, which is not selfish because I want you to be selfish in that arena. That's the only arena that I say absolutely be selfish with is your self-care. Because again, if you don't feel good internally, that means mental, emotional, physical health is degraded. You're not presenting your best self for anybody. So that doesn't work. So I want you to be selfish for yourself. And that is one the most selfless things that you can actually do because it allows you again to show up fully for others 100% and not dragging, pulling yourself through this thing called life, which should be an enjoyable journey. Then let's go to joyful living. It really, joy is a choice again, but that's something that no one can make you feel or take away from you. Okay. Let joy actually guide your choices. And there's adages all over. The Bible is a great book of super practical principles to follow. And a joyful spirit can fuel better habits, healthier decisions, and a more absolutely vibrant life. When your mind is in a joyful state, then your emotions and body all align with that.
Let me tell you something. I want to stop you right there because it's just funny how right before the end of the year, I challenge people to have joy, to decide to have joy. And I said, the joy that's within you. Okay. Nobody can take it away from you, and it, like you're saying, I love how you're saying it fuels all of the other stuff. The joy, you have joy, you're happy. Like, I'm thankful to be able to take care of this temple, this body.
Right.
And it's like, and in the Bible, it says the joy of the Lord is your strength, and so, that was kind of my thing for 2025 is to actually, share joy with the world. And what you're saying is kind of exactly what I was saying to everybody because I was playing Whitney Houston, rest her soul. Whitney Houston says, joy to the world. You remember her song? She says, we're supposed to sing joy to the world. We're the ones that lead. We're the light. And I'm looking at your face and how clear it is and how bright it is. And how do I get my skin to look like yours kind of thing? You know what I mean? And then that joy that comes from within and you're smiling. I mean, that is how we're supposed to operate on a daily basis. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to jump in there.
I love that jumping in. Please continue to jump in and stop me as we go because I love dialogue. I love the conversation. And you're absolutely right. And again, listeners, we didn't rehearse this. And so this is real. And Dr. Valerie knows me for quite some time now. She's known my good and better days. She knows my up and that people say down, but I like, up and plateau. I like that better, right? And I will tell you that it's an evolution over time of, again, being selfish to work on self so that you can present your best. She knows this is not made up. This is authentic. And I am absolutely walking in my purpose and passion and absolutely be joy. How about you just be joy? Present love and light to the world.
Yes.
Which is what they really, really need today. Okay. And once you can love yourself, again, being selfish, once you can love yourself effectively, of course, love God first, love yourself, then you can love others effectively. So, all right. So I want to do a call to action because I want to encourage your listeners to set one specific realistic goal for January and then build on that momentum from there. Okay. So just one goal that you can attain, make it realistic, the SMART goals that you can obtain. And then I want you to share a personal, I call them mantras or affirmation that you're going to embrace. And I tell a lot of my younger people, especially, and some of my, my wisdom seekers, I call my wisdom seekers, right? So like really what you tell yourself is going to manifest. Okay. So even if you don't believe it to begin with, start telling yourself, I am worthy of thriving. Or, I choose health, purpose, and joy every day. Dr. Vallis heard me say I'm bionic, a warrior, prayer warrior, ninja angel. That's what I tell myself every day. And I truly believe it, right? And I operate in that realm. So once you can start telling yourself, I'm thriving, even when you don't feel the best that day, words putting out into the universe, into the atmosphere, manifest themselves. So start loving on yourself enough to tell yourself, I love me so much that I just want to be better for God and myself. And guess what? By me doing that, I'm better for everybody else.
Awesome.
All right. So let's talk about your health is your wealth, or your health is the real currency in 2025. Let that sink in. Because again, without your health, nothing else matters. And let's choose thriving over surviving. My tag, my mantra, you deserve so much more in 2025. Really, really got to embrace that. Okay. Now, I want to focus on just 5. And we talk about this in the 5-day Kiss Health Challenge. And if you go to www.kisshealthchallenge.com, you can find the challenge there. It starts every Monday, and you'll jump into an amazing heartbeat community. You deserve so much more. You deserve more heartbeat community that I am building out currently right now. And that's going to be an exciting platform, which is a more intimate, more personal space for you to share and grow and learn. So the 5 things that we discuss in the Kiss Health Challenge, again, that making that one simple change, that's you're going to learn that like pretty much on day 1. Pick one that you can absolutely choose and commit to doing that. And no random order, because I don't want to put it in order, because I want you to implement these through the year really as a lifestyle, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's about a lifestyle change, right? And it's not about restricting yourself, and it's not about dieting, and it's not about up and down yo-yo fads and chasing this and chasing that. I'm really backed by science. I'm really big on that. I really do the research to make sure that what we're putting out there has efficacy, clinically proven, the data is there, and lab work does not lie. So are you exercising? What does that look like for you? Whatever that looks like for you. You may not be able to walk well or whatever. There are chair exercises that you can Google and find. I sent my friend, I will tag Leslie Sansone, and I'll send that to Dr. Val. She can add it, but she's walking. She likes to walk, and you can walk to her videos a mile, 2 miles, and exercise indoors, because Dr. Val mentioned where she's at, it's snowing. So most people are not going to go outside in the snow to go exercise. But I don't want that to be an excuse why you're not exercising, because the older you get, you don't use it, you absolutely will lose it. Make no mistake about that. So Leslie Sansone, just Google her walking videos and you'll love it. It's very low impact, and for all genres, really for, my wisdom seekers more so, but definitely if your health is bad, then, or not as well, you can't move as well, that's a really great one. And then the book, I'm going to drop a lot of nuggets while I'm here with you, Dr. Val. The book, Younger Next Year. 2 doctors wrote that, Younger Next Year. And they did the research over the years to recognize that their patients who absolutely exercised were healthier as they aged. Okay, so exercise is non-negotiable. And then, of course, you heard me say earlier, my favorite, water. How much water are you drinking a day? Do you know the criticality of what water does for your body? I have a 46 Reasons, Dr. Batman Gali. You're not sick, you're just thirsty. That's his book. Okay. You're not sick, you're just thirsty. So you got a headache, drink water. Backache, drink water. Hips and knees ache, drink water. I am big on that water. Your bones, body, tissues, muscles, 60 to 80% water. So yes, water is my magical, mystical drug. You better believe that. And then, of course, eating real food. Eating real food. Eating real food. And real food usually does not have a label. Remember that. Real food actually really has a lot of colors. Okay. And now, because I've learned so much more, I'm not really a stickler on like what foods you eat, right? Dr. Val knew me before. I used to be like the food Nazi police and don't eat this, don't eat that, and you need to eat more. Okay, no, I've grown, Dr. Val. I have grown. Okay, yes, I've grown. And I recognize now that, like I said, although we've been in this field for 20 years, it's not really about the food you eat, it's how we eat, right? So I do want you to incorporate the real food. And I'm going to go back to that right after I tell you the last one. So the last one is mindful meditation. Okay. Taking those deep breaths, learning the Ayurvedic 4-7-8 breathing technique, or the box breathing 4-4-4-4, which is the army breathing. Okay. To center yourself. You'll be amazed at how that can bring your systems into alignment by literally just doing that, focusing on the breath. The breath is present. And when you can just focus on the breath, it's amazing how that can recenter and realign your body. It can actually, I've done it. I've done it myself where I was rushing into a doctor's office. My blood pressure, they took it, which they never should. Okay. And that's, if you don't know that, that's probably why they have you waiting in the doctor's office so long too. And not to upset your nerves, because that could actually make your blood pressure go up too. But it's really for you to calm down. You walked in from the parking lot or whatever, or was rushing or whatever, sit, take some deep breaths. And I literally did that. It was in my, this is not high for most people, but everybody knows their body. So no judgment, because again, everybody knows the state that their body should be in. And I will tell you that it was like almost 140. And that's like a workout, like level for me, right? And I'm like, gosh, do not write that down. Do not put that into records. I said, let me do my deep breathing to calm down. So then that could be an accurate reading of my blood pressure. And I did. She was like, do you need me to turn the light off? She was a great nurse. And I just sat and it needs to be a deep breathing, okay? A core belly breathing. That shallow breathing that we do from our chest does not work, okay? That's going to keep your blood pressure high. But that core belly breath where you're breathing in your nose, stomach goes out. It's actually difficult. It takes some practice to actually do. So you breathe out your nose, stomach goes in. It's opposite. Breathe in, stomach goes out. Breathe out, stomach goes in. So opposite, okay? Just remember that. That's like that pat your head and rub your stomach and then switch. It's kind of really weird. So nonetheless, those are the 5 things that I just covered, right? That you think about. So now let's go back to how you're eating what you want to eat, okay? So we've been in this field for over 20 years, not recognizing that, and I have to talk about this, insulin resistance. Have to talk about this. On every form that I'm going to talk from this year, we are going to bring this topic up. Because people think when you hear insulin resistance and when you hear metabolic health, they think weight loss and they think diabetes. And when you understand that it is so much more encompassing than just those 2 minor, which I call minor right now in the scope of everything that is connected to, I'm talking about diabetes. They got 1, 2, 3 now, diabetes 3, Alzheimer's, dementia. They've got PCOS, cholesterol, blood pressure, even cancer, you name it. Insulin resistance is tied to everything. And we had no idea because we were more focused on nutrition, right? Absolutely. That's foundation, getting the nutrition into your body. But then what people really were looking for is the results, right? The functionality of making it happen. So we still need the foundation of the fruits, vegetables, berries, and grains. But now when you couple that with intermittent fasting, 16 hours, if you can get to that level, because they usually tell you 12 hours before you're taking your lab work. So you can get to the 16 hours, because what happens is your body goes into the next burning phase and starts to actually burn fat, which is amazing and does what the healing processes need. And you're learning not snacking, because I was a big snacker through the day. I thought because I eat healthy, because I'm plant-based, that I could snack all day, not realizing that if you keep your insulin levels up high, your body never has an opportunity to heal, repair, digest properly, because you're steadily compounding it up and down with the insulin levels, which isn't healthy. We missed this. We missed this for over 20 years. And guys, when I tell you that the revolution that we have come across to really incorporate intermittent fasting, and if you have a problem with intermittent fasting, we have an amazing tea that can help you curb the cravings and still feed your body the minerals and the nutrients that it needs. And then, of course, what most people aren't getting. If you look at your diet of if you ate breakfast this morning, okay, did you have some fiber? Did you have any colorful food on your plate? Because that's where the fiber is. All your fruits, vegetables, berries, and grains. It's not in the milk. It's not in the meats. Sorry, okay? But a colorful diet. If you had lunch, what did you eat for lunch? Did you have colors in lunch? That's what most people are missing, is the fiber. And that fiber really helps. And we also have an amazing fiber blend, 7 blended patented fiber that we absolutely recommend that can help you to enrobe all of those bad carbohydrates in your body that you're going to eat and help to move it out properly. Doing this life of health, to be alive and thrive in 2025, is not as difficult as we make it. being in a healthy community of people absolutely helps you with the accountability and helps you. If you think you're going to get up and work out on your own every day, that's a lie. It's probably not going to work. You're probably going to stay in bed. But if I know Dr. Val's going to call me and I'm like, oh man, I got to get up, that's accountability. Okay, so find that buddy, because a buddy on any of the journeys of through life does make life a little more enjoyable. But I don't know. I love sharing. I could talk to you all day about this, really.
I know. I'm just saying it's almost like a life learning process. It's like you admitted that, 20 years ago you didn't understand this, but as science and technology grow, we're always learning new things that could help us. So it's good to stay on top of it. Just like I tell people, I'm a technology person. You got to stay on top of technology if, you want to compete. But, even your health, you got to stay on top of it because there's contradictions all over the place. And, and just like I'm glad you said, well, you don't have to just be a vegan. You could be, I don't prescribe to, just eating junk food or anything like that. But I'm saying, if you eat healthy and you put a lot of color and then, you want fiber, then you can eat because our bodies were made to digest all this stuff if we do it properly. So I'm learning and I wrote down my little notes and, I think I'm going to do your 5-day challenge again because I did it like a couple years ago.
Yeah. So I've added a lot. Yeah, I've added a lot of more great information. So yes.
So everybody has to go to kidshealthchallenge.com. I challenge you. I'm not trying to stress you out, but challenge means opportunity. Yes. So just take this 5-day health challenge. It only could help you be a better you. Okay. Yep. And then I'm going to do this. So if you do it with me, accountability is key. So once you get there, I'm sure she has a way for you to join her group. And it's always good to have people to be accountable to. I'm a coach and she's a health coach. So either way, we want people to be accountable only because, if I wanted more than you, then I'm a nag.
Exactly.
But if you really want it, you want a cheerleader or you want somebody to encourage you and to keep and hold you to what your goals are, then you need to contact her or me. And so I'm really enjoying this opportunity to get online. I mean, I used to think, well, it's so much out there, but we have our own tribe. We have our own vibe. People are going to come to us and we're here to serve those people who God sends to us. So with that,
you said, I want to say this. I want to say something before you leave because I did not share this part and how I got to where I got. Because I mentioned I was in the military, jumping out of planes, running 4 or 5 miles a day, thought I was Bionic Woman or Wonder Woman or now Cleopatra Jones. And I will tell you that my health significantly was impacted to where it ended my successful military career. And that is what woke me up, Dr. Val. That, and what we are striving for in 2025 for all of the listeners is that it doesn't take something catastrophic to push you into a space of, oh my goodness, I need to do better. How about we just start doing better? And so when that happened, that's really what woke my husband and I up. I ended up getting diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. He already had another one, a gastro. The one I got diagnosed with was multiple sclerosis. So life-altering, and food is medicine. And we use that through the years to really stay off of the medications. And we don't want anybody doing and I have to say this, the weight loss drugs or the surgeries. We really want to prevent you from going down that channel because it is a very degraded quality of life afterwards. If you're not interviewing the people after those surgeries years later, it's not the easiest lifestyle to sustain. And a lot of people end up gaining all of that weight back and then some. And so what we really want to do is to help you have consistent, sustainable measures and outcomes that you're going to be happy to pass on for generations and generations. I'm talking about legacy health to your grandkids. You want to be around for your grandkids' graduation and weddings, and you don't want your health impacting your relationships. So think about that, and listen to the people who are actually living it out. Okay. I don't understand. Stop chasing the fads and the here today, gone tomorrow. Because as Dr. Val said, there is a lot of conflicting information out there, but take it back to the basics, keep it simple. Okay. Because that's not going to ever change. Everybody's going to need to always drink more water, always exercise, always eat more fruits, vegetables, berries, and grains, get more fiber in your diet, do intermittent fasting, mindful meditation, all of those things together make a difference and you will absolutely reap the benefits. I have yet to have anybody tell me that they've made all those differences and did not see significant change. And the results we're getting working with our clients as they come in, join the community, be held accountable is mind blowing to me. And so I'm excited. I'm just excited about 2025 and where we're going and the lives we're going to be able to pack, make life better. You know, you deserve so much more. It's real and it's happening. And we just want, you know, everybody to age gracefully with a superior quality of life. And like I tell all my friends, I want to age with healthy, wealthy women because most of the time we outlive the men, and we need to be shaking our booties on the boat, having a great time, looking back at all the lives that we've been able to impact globally for generations to come. So I just want to thank you again, Dr. Val. This is amazing. Thank you for staying on me.
Thank you. This is a hard woman to catch up with. She's always on the go. But you know what? That's because she has energy and she has a lot of, she's healthy, so she can go. So thank you.
No kids.
And no kids, right. So thank you, Beverly Grandison. I applaud you for overcoming MS. And, you know, I've overcome, you know, me, I had lupus, and I say I had it because I feel like it's gone because it is. So, yeah. So, you know, for all of you, this so-called all of a sudden autoimmune diseases and all this, like she said, it's all in our health, you know, our healthy living, healthy lifestyle, and we can overcome it. We don't have to just, you know, the symptoms, like, relieve the symptoms. We can actually overcome it because I don't take the medication anymore. Yeah, I just eat right. Okay.
She's been a good student, you guys. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. She was ready. She had gotten to the point where she had enough of the pain, the discomfort, and said, I've got to make a change. And let's just help you not have to get that far and just say yes to join the mission and lock arms with us to really inspire, motivate, and educate and empower so many more hurting people out there. They're looking for us and we're here.
Well, thank you so much. And I thank you for your gift. I was listening to another person the other day on, I guess it was some video, but they were saying how we have gifts and talents. And if we're here to preach positivity or encourage people to be the best you, then we need to do that because people need that now. Okay. There's so much stuff going on that we need to zero in on people and say, learn to love yourself, love God, love yourself, love other people. We want to encourage people to be their best you. Okay. Yes. All right. Yes. So thank you for coming. I love you. And I just want to say, I challenge my audience to do the kisshealthchallenge.com with me. Okay. Let's get started next Monday. Thank you, Beverly, and God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Val.